going over, hold on. We're going to be going over can you see me? I don't see myself. Okay, I see it now. We're going to be going over the website building 101 for the non-technical. We're going to be going through a quick presentation, but before we started, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Georgie-Ann, and I'm the CEO and founder of Illicit Mind. And what we do at Illicit Mind is we create different programs to help innovators from diverse backgrounds learn about startups, how to start a business, how to create a website, how to just build their product and get into the innovation or the tech ecosystem. So this is a new series we recently started focused on helping people through webinars to just get introductory sessions. So we have the website building 101 this week. We have a design 101 next week, and app building 101 the week after that. If you could quickly just introduce yourself in the chat, that'll be great. Just like who you are and how you found out about this webinar and like why did you sign up. But we're going to be having a lot more conversations about who you are throughout the webinar, and let's just jump right in. I'm going to be sharing my screen. So as I mentioned, this session is website building 101, where you'll be learning how to create a website in 24 hours. So we're going to go over some simple tools and resources that you could use to create your website. And we'll start off by going through, a domain name, what's the purpose of that, a templated plan for your website, and then a step-by-step guide. So by the time you leave this webinar, you'll have all 3 of those things already set. So to start off, your domain name, right? Your domain name is your space or your territory on the internet. Whatever your domain name is, that's how people find you. So it's gonna be yourname.com or yourcompany.com. For example, my personal website is georgiann.com, or company website is illicitmind.com. You register through eventbrite.com. So your domain name is, and there are multiple types of domain names. You can have .com, .net, .biz. There's even .xyz, .phone, .tv. There's a whole bunch of different domain names. And 2 key things to remember when you're making your domain name is to make sure it's not too long and it's something easy to remember. Because if you have it as too long, people are gonna forget it or spell it wrong. If it's not easy to remember, then again, they're gonna just quickly forget it as soon as you tell them it, unless you give them a business card, but that still prompts them to get it wrong. If your domain name is like reversible napper XLTY, no one's gonna remember that when you say it. They're gonna go home and they're gonna make at least 1 or 2 errors in the spelling of your website name, and they'll never get to your website. So on the right side of the screen, I've put a coupon code for GoDaddy because I use this website. So let me take a step back. So GoDaddy is an internet domain register as well as a hosting platform. So what that means is that they sell domain names as well as host websites. Hosting website just means that's how they put your website on the internet. So if you go to GoDaddy.com and then you pick out your domain name, we're about to test it out right now to just see what kind of domain names they have there and like what's available. If you use this code CJCRMN99U, I'll send this in the follow-up as well. You can get your domain name for just $1, actually 99 cents. So you get like a huge coupon on that. So we're gonna go check that out right now. And here it is. If you go to GoDaddy.com, you'll see that they have the 99-cent .coms. If you want a .nyc, it could be $40, $11.99. So different websites have different prices. So let's try. Let's see who's in the chat actually. All right, we could try yellow butterfly.com. And the cool thing about GoDaddy is once you search it, or just many internet internet registers, they'll let you know if the domain name is available. So they say, yellowbutterfly.com is already taken, but they'll show you what is available. So maybe you could try yellowbutterfly.co.biz.live.xyz. So some of the examples that I was mentioning before, but it also, and it shows you the different prices of each type of domain. A lot of them are discounted and on sale. So that's how you use GoDaddy. Do we have any questions in the chat? Okay, no questions. We'll go back to the presentation. The first thing that you want to do after you get your domain name, your domain name actually might come after this part of the process, but you need to have your purpose first. What is the purpose of this website that you're trying to build, right? Are you trying to sell something? Are you trying to create a blog where you're voicing your opinion? Are you trying to represent yourself and your organization? Is this just, an about me website for your company, so people can learn more about what you guys do, what services you're offering? What is the purpose of your website? Why do you need a website? So that's something that you should think of before you even, do anything at all, possibly even before you go purchase a domain name, because your domain name will depend on what your purpose of your website is. Once you have your purpose set, the next thing you do is come up with a plan, right? You have to figure out how you'll build the website. What will my website do? What will it look like? How many pages will I need? What is my timeline? So these are just some sample questions you should be asking yourself, because if you don't have a plan, you'll kind of go into it and just get really confused by, the designs, the templates, and it's a world that could easily suck you in. You might get really confused. You might overthink things. You might start one way and then completely change it. But if you have a plan beforehand, create a simple task list of answering these 4 questions and additional questions you might want to ask yourself. But the most important is, what will my website do? So going back to that purpose. If, let's say, for example, we're saying, we want to have a website that is an e-commerce store. So my website must be able to, 1, take payments, 2, maybe track inventory, because you want to know how much supplies you have left once people are buying it, and 3, take people's information down in a secure way. So that will help you determine which platform you use, which we'll be talking about in a second. It'll also help you determine what type of design should you be using? Should you be using more photos? Should you be using more text? And it also lets you know what you need. You're gonna need photos and text to let people know this is the product, this is how much it costs, this is the description of the product. But if you don't know before you go in what my website will be doing, you kind of get confused. So let's say you just said, okay, my website's just gonna be a store. If you don't get really granular with that and try to list it out for every detail or everything you think you might need, you'll go in and then you might, select a store that doesn't process different types of payments. Maybe you select a platform that only uses Stripe payments when most of your customers are going to be probably using PayPal. So what will my website do? Figuring all that out helps you to pick the platform based on your purpose and what it'll be doing. What will it look like? So what type of process do you want your clients to be going through? Will they click on an image and it takes them to a buy page? Will it show them the price? Will it be add to cart, or will it just be straight buy? So figuring out those little tidbits is really, really important. How many pages you're going to need? Are you going to need 5 pages, an about page, a store page, and a home page? Are you going to need 10 pages, an about page, a contact us page, a hiring page, all these different pages? Figure out what key pages you need. It's always best to start with the common 5, which is the home page, the about page, the what we do page, the contact us page, and then that last page is your services or your products, showcasing whatever you have. And then lastly, your timeline. How soon do you want this website up? Is it for a product launch that's coming up in 2 weeks? Is it for a product launch that's coming up in 2 months? So kind of setting a timeline for your needs and your website is really important so that you could stay on top of that timeline and set like micro goals. So let's say it's 2 months and you could decide this week I'm gonna plan out what my website will be doing. Next week I'll plan out what it would look like. And between those two, by the third week, I'll know how many pages I need. I'm gonna come out of this for a second to see if we have any questions in the chat. Okay, it looks like there's nothing right now. So let's go back to the presentation. Once you figure out what your website will be doing and what's the purpose of your website, you'll come to the third P, which is platform. Since you guys aren't coding, I don't know, well, I actually don't know if there are coders here, but this was called website building for non-coders. So if you're a non-coder, you're most likely going to be using one of these 4 popular platforms. There are other platforms out there, but these are 4 platforms that I find very, very easy for anyone that has no idea about coding or designing or technology. Just these are common sense platforms. You go on, it says, you want this thing to be red, here's how you change it to red. You want this thing to be blue, this is how you change it to blue. Do you want to have this picture here? Do you want this button to say this? They're very self-explanatory platforms that come with a lot of YouTube tutorials, help pages on the website, so that it's really easy and fast to get your website up and running on one of these platforms. So once you select the platform, before you select the platform, make sure you're considering the hosting price. So as I mentioned earlier, hosting is how you get your website from just your computer to being on the entire internet. So that way anyone could visit your website, not just you from your single computer. Hosting prices on these websites vary. More commonly, they range from about $8 to $30-40 a month, based on, again, what you'll need. So this ties into your features. Once you figure out what will your website be doing and what will your pages look like and how will it look, you'll be able to map out your features and look at each platform to make sure they have the features that you need. So if you need to have a YouTube video on your or upload a regular video onto your website, you'll find out from the features that each platform is offering, as well as branding. You know, does this website, based on the hosting price and its features, allow me to brand exclusively? Do I have, customizable options? Am I going to be able to design my website however I want? How easy it is to design it? So since you're not, going to be coding, you're going to be relying heavily on the templates that they currently have. The majority of these platforms allow you to see the templates that they have beforehand. So you can see the templates, the features, and you can even see sample websites, which we're about to jump into right now. So we're going to go over a Shopify sample, a Wix sample, a Weebly sample. You've probably seen many Squarespace samples already, and we should be also going over a Squarespace sample. So we could start with Weebly. So this is my personal website. georgie-ann.com is my domain. Very easy. It's my name. Once people know my name, they can know my website. Simple. When they come to my website, this is the home page. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 pages, and then if I hover over this, you'll see 2 more pages pop up. And on the back side, I have a couple other pages that are not being shown right now. So they come to the home page, they see a photo, some text here, some buttons here. So if they click one of these, it goes to somewhere else, a quote, like a short introductory statement, another photo. Then I have a block of color with testimonials, and at the bottom here, social media links and a copyright, just so that no one steals my stuff. But this is a very easy, simple site that I made with Weebly. You can get one of these up and running tonight. That's how simple it is. We could look at, so when you go to Weebly.com, this is what it looks like on the home page. Do what you love. Website, e-commerce and marketing in one place. Beautiful website. So these are some of the templates that they have. And you can see more themes. They call them themes. If you go to, where's pricing? Okay, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, then you'll see pricing for some of the features that they have. And as I mentioned before, they start from as low as they have a free version, but the free version is not too customizable and you won't be able to add your domain. Well, some websites actually allow you to, but most don't. Um, so the free version, the starter, the pro, the business, and they have other options for online stores. So this is if you're going to be selling something. So you can scroll down and you see the features, and then they compare the features across each paying level. So here we could have up to 100 members, so that's like member login. You can have no Weebly ads. And here's where they say, you have to have a subdomain. A subdomain is when it'll be your website .weebly.com. So it'll be a sub domain. Then they'll let e-commerce, like how they charge and like how can you charge transactions, then marketing options, and then support from their community. So it's really self-explanatory here. And they give you like a free domain on this side if you do like the starter, and then you could do Google ads. But like I said, the domain is $1. So, or you could do, if you don't do Weebly, you could get the domain for $1. If you do this package, you could get a free domain. Another site is Wix. Again, very simple drag and drop kind of platform where they show you templates and themes, and you could just edit that theme. A cool thing that Wix has recently started to offer is you can use AI to help you design. So that's artificial intelligence. You kind of tell it what you're looking for, and based on what you type, it designs the site for you. So pretty cool feature, but of course costs more. And then they show you features. So we can go down here at the bottom to features. Here's like an example of a Weebly site. I mean, a Wix site, not Weebly. We just did Weebly. So it's really colorful. It's kind of like a different template than my site. And it has like this white at the edges, so it looks like a really fun website. So back to its features, they separate it very specifically on what you're looking for. If you're looking for just an essential website, a business, online store, photography, music, designers, that way they could cater to everyone. And they talk a little bit more about the features, how you can integrate it, landing pages, okay, premium plans. We're gonna go into pricing. Alrighty. So, it's not telling the exact number. Okay, let me see if I click that. Alright, so here we go. So my screen resolution is too high. Alright, it's not. Not my screen. So they start at like $5 a month, then $10 a month, $14 a month, $17.25. So based on what features you're looking for, you could select a specific package. And also Shopify is also a great site. This one is mostly e-commerce, so I wouldn't suggest if you're just doing information about your business or your personal website to do it on Shopify, because the main purpose of it is the e-commerce platform. So if you have a store, so here's like an example, and it talks about, it's easily very integrated, friendly to use platform. Many people use this platform. So here we go, 500,000 businesses, over 1 million active users, and $40 billion of products and services sold on Shopify. So this is like a selling platform. Here's like a cool site of a business that's actually located here in New York that is based on Shopify. So these are great. You come to the website and this advertisement pops up, but you can close it out. And it has the capability to put like a video in the header, a button in the header, shop women or men's, and then this is, like I said, a very e-commerce focused platform. So if you're looking to sell something, I would recommend going with Shopify. Weebly is also seller friendly, but Shopify is one of the most popular ones, if not the most popular and easy to use website. So Those are cool. You know, it offers like reviews, like a lot of plugins to make your website really great. You know. And let's check for questions. We're good on questions. Let's jump back into the presentation. So once you find your purpose, you create your plan, you select your platform, it's time to perform. So the 4 P's again: purpose, plan, perform, purpose, plan, getting all tongue tied, guys. Purpose, plan, platform, and then perform. So now it's time to go out there and start making your website, right? This was a very introductory workshop just to give you an idea of the platforms. There will be a follow-up email including a step-by-step guide, as I mentioned in the beginning, to asking you some really important questions about, you know, getting granular about your purpose in your planning stage. So it's going to be a 5-page planner that lets you label out, you know, what will this look like, and you can even mock up what you want your website to look like. And a mock-up is just like a sample of what it would look like a drawing. So a doodle would be like a synonym to mock up, that first design. And I want you to go out there and get started tonight. I'm going to go back to the chat and see who needs help, and we could start helping you with your website building today, because that's most of the workshop, so we could actually get you doing stuff, because you signed up for something under the Get Shit Done label, so we have to actually get stuff done. You have no excuses to not at least buy your domain tonight. And with that, we're gonna end the presentation, and we're gonna go and see how we could start helping you with your website building.